Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. Just a quick video here to discuss a major discovery of what they are calling a Maya megalopolis that was discovered after laser scans revealed this unknown megacity underneath and below the Guatemalan jungle. And as you're seeing here in the before and after photos showing the scan here of what they are calling a vast interconnected network of ancient cities that were home to millions more people than previously thought. And they did this using laser technology known as LiDAR, which digitally removes the forest canopy to reveal ancient ruins below, showing that Maya cities such as Tikal were much larger than the ground-based research had suggested. And so according to this new report from National Geographic, in what is being hailed as a major breakthrough in Maya archaeology, researchers have identified the ruins of more than 60,000 houses, palaces, elevated highways, and other human-made features that have been hidden for centuries under the jungles of northern Guatemala. 60,000 previously unknown Maya structures, a vast network, cities, fortifications, farms, highways. It's just amazing. And so, using this revolutionary technology, this LiDAR, which is short for light detection and ranging, scholars have digitally removed the tree canopy from aerial images of the now unpopulated landscape, revealing the ruins of a sprawling pre-Columbian civilization that was far more complex and interconnected than most Maya specialists had supposed. Thomas Garrison, an Ithaca College archaeologist and National Geographic explorer, said, quote, "The LiDAR images make it clear that this entire region was a settlement system whose scale and population density had been grossly underestimated." And so they didn't even know this stuff was here. And they were using this aerial LiDAR sensing equipment where they targeted 10 parcels of land within Guatemala's Maya Biosphere Reserve, where the discoveries were revealed after they had mapped more than 800 square miles of just vast forest where you would have never known anything was underneath. And after this amazing discovery, I mean, imagine you discovered this, just scanning some random unpopulated forest anywhere in the world, and you come up with this metropolis, this megatropolis, which in this case they are saying that the ancient civilization was at its peak some 1,200 years ago and was more comparable to sophisticated cultures such as ancient Greece or China than to the scattered or sparsely populated city-states that ground-based research had long suggested. And in addition to a lot of these unknown structures, the LiDAR images also showed these massive, long, raised, interconnected highways that were connecting these urban centers and quarries, complex irrigation and terracing, which supported intensive agriculture capable of feeding masses of workers who dramatically reshaped the landscape. It is said that the ancient Maya never used the wheel or had beasts of burden, and yet this was a civilization that was literally moving mountains. And so this finding here would seem to contradict the long-held stance, Western stance, that complex civilizations can't flourish in the tropics, and that in fact the tropics are where civilizations would go to die. And so now the big question is, was it these complex societies that actually formed in the tropics and that then made their way later outward from there to the western areas? You guys tell me what you think down below, but this, again, an amazing discovery, along with UFOs and aliens and strange things happening around space. Ancient history right here on Earth has always fascinated me. The history of our planet, how we came into being, and not only that, how many times have we done it over and over? How many times have there been some massive cataclysms and that we have basically reset, clawing our way back out from the primordial ooze and rebuilding civilizations that had already been built and possibly surpassed where we are at right now countless times before being set back again? because we've talked in past videos where they have made these discoveries of things that look like little watches that are millions of years old, pieces of pottery and machinery that predate the dinosaurs, when supposedly man did not even exist for millions of years later. And yet we continue to find these ancient artifacts, whether it be in pieces of coal millions of years old, deep down in the rocks. It's an amazing topic. Really, really cool. So be sure to check out the article down below. I will put it in the video description. And real quick, also, before we go today, talking about strange things around Earth, we have a new map of an area of Antarctica that would seem to show another possible location of one of these secret underground bases. And so the image you're seeing here was actually emailed to me about a week ago. However, I'm just now getting to it. But if you guys remember, I posted a video about this global heat map that was released by this company who basically took images around the globe of people who had been wearing those workout watches. They're called Fitbits. And a lot of people wear them when they work out. It monitors your heart rate and things of that nature, but it also tracks where you go, all of your movements. And so these maps came out where it not only showed the movements of just joggers and regular people, but it also, unbeknownst to the powers that be, inadvertently gave out the location of some secret unknown bases around the world that no one knew even existed, if it weren't for the heat signatures that created outlines on the outside of these buildings by the military personnel who were walking around it and basically on guard, who were wearing these Fitbit watches. And so, if you haven't seen that video, obviously go and check it out, but we have a new area of Antarctica here that was discovered where basically in the middle of nowhere, we have one of these heat maps here, where we can obviously see the outline around what looks like a building, a multi-level building, which obviously people who are wearing these tracking devices, likely government employees, have been walking around every single day. And so here we are on Google Earth at the exact same area, and there's nothing there. And there was actually another channel that goes by the name of Mr. MBB333. He puts out great videos. He recently spoke about this, and what he pointed out was that actually near where this heat map was discovered, there was this strange formation in the ice that looked like this elongated, man-made structure that had this sort of circular, round object at the end of it, and that he didn't really know what it was. Well, actually, this is a man-made runway, which is located at something called the Union Glacier. And that's what this area is, and that's where this heat map was found. Now, Union Glacier is obviously just the name of a natural formation in the ice, but that is also the location of a camp where they sometimes do these expeditions. And so this blue ice runway, which is, by the way, miles away from where this heat map was discovered, was constructed mainly for Russian aircraft to regularly land with equipment and personnel to this camp. And so here I am showing you guys where this runway and where this camp is compared to where this heat signature is. And as you're seeing here, after measuring, they're about 7.2 miles apart, with the runway and camp being on the other side of this mountain range. And the actual area where we're getting this heat signature is on the other side of the mountains, down here in this basically no man's land, virtual flat area of snow and ice. And yeah, there's just nothing there. So that leads me to believe that whatever we're seeing in this heat map here is definitely underground. And you can see some of the lines here are overlapping, which signifies to me that there are definitely multiple levels going underground, and that's what we're seeing here. So, very interesting finding. And while there are many publicly known camps or bases or stations, research stations, scattered around the continent, I firmly believe that there's more of a mystery there. There are things underground that we are not being told about, and really just a litany of anomalous activity happening. So, big thanks to the viewer who pointed this out. I'm going to be doing more research into this global heat map to see what else we can find before it's likely erased. And yeah, you guys stay tuned. Thank you all for checking out today's video. Subscribe, and I will see you all back in just a bit.